Welcome back. Okay, today we're doing something a little bit different. Obviously, I'm joined here by the Jordan Tracy, special guest.
Hello.
I never get to work with you, I feel.
Never. I've never
not
seen
every
you.
morning, no. Anyways, we are in the kitchen because Jordan is actually going to be sharing a special recipe with us. Is that so?
That's right.
Tell us about it.
So we joke a lot when we talk about my family Thanksgiving is we make like 15 pies.
Right.
My mom makes
The more the better.
so many pies, all different variations, not only just for the family, but for neighbors and things like that. So
sweet.
What I'd like to prepare today is something that I have just learned how to make, but it is kind of special in our family. It's my great-grandmother's recipe for a pumpkin coconut custard pie.
I've never heard of this like mix.
No, we don't know
it?
anybody else who does it off the top of my head. But what's really interesting is in World War II, my great-grandmother was a single mom, and the way that she helped contribute during the war was she helped teach other women how to use the rations food and make it into something creative and nice and things like that. Now, I don't know for a fact if coconut was exactly a part of the ration. Maybe that's something that she sprinkled in to spice it up a bit, but it was something that has been passed down to my mother, and I think my mom and my cousin Ronnie and myself now are the ones who know the recipe.
Ones who know it.
And it's not a secret because we're sharing it with you. And I asked my mom about it and she goes, I don't want to keep the secrets because we want it to keep going. So hopefully you can try this at home and see it. Okay.
Grab your pencils and pen and notepad.
Yes. Okay, so what you need for this is some pumpkin. Okay, so I went with the canned pumpkin. It's Libby's brand, not a sponsor, but
gotta note that.
Gotta note that, but that's what my mom said is closest because what my mom actually uses is what's called a crooked neck pumpkin, which is more in the butternut squash family. I'm showing you a picture here, but we're doing it the easy way. We got canned. So the wet ingredients, we have a can of evaporated milk as well. You're gonna need some vanilla extract and of course some eggs. That's how we're making the custardy part. I'm gonna start
if you can crack it.
Cracking here. You know that cutting board is supposedly wood, but not strong enough to crack an egg.
So you need 3 eggs.
3 eggs.
Got it. You poured it in.
I poured it into the egg bowl.
That's okay.
That's all right.
You know?
This is what I'll do. I'll pour both of them in the egg bowl.
There we go.
And guess what? Into the regular bowl.
Easy transfer.
Listen, folks, I'm not exactly an expert here, so when we're learning this together, we're going through this whole thing. Okay, so I also have like a mashed potato masher in my hand here, and the reason why is because it's canned pumpkin, it's not steamed or anything like that, you don't want your pumpkin to be too lumpy. Okay, now my mom with real neck pumpkin likes to have a little bit of chunks in it because it's not perfect. She likes the little imperfection.
Little chunks,
but we're going to make it more of a puree here. So once you get the eggs in, you're going to start mashing this pumpkin around to get it into a consistency that is more puree-like.
Okay.
Because you don't want chunky pumpkin in your pie unless you're my mother.
And it's looking like you don't need too many ingredients. Like,
no,
this doesn't look like too much.
Super easy, and it's not like rocket science either to make it. Because if I was able to put this together,
anybody can.
Anybody can. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do here is I have my spoon, but we're going to add the evaporated milk.
Okay.
But I'm using the cup that used the pumpkin because then it gets the extra pumpkin out of it. You know.
That's true.
Cleans it all out.
No wasting here.
No wasting. I hope this bowl is big enough. I tested it with another bowl.
It's all trial and error
home. Yeah, that's big enough. We're figuring it out.
Seize the whole can.
Whole can of evaporated milk. So that's 2 cups of pumpkin, 3 eggs, can of evaporated milk.
Got it.
Let's get the extra pumpkin in there. Okay, now get the vanilla extract. We're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of the vanilla extract here.
Now, does your mom usually let you in the kitchen, like on Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not. She wants nothing to do with us while she's cooking because we just get in the way.
True. Are you at least a part of the cleaning crew then?
But the thing is, yeah, sure. But the thing is, you know, I've cooked a Friendsgiving before.
Yes.
Once you get all those wet ingredients in, you start mixing. I've done a Friendsgiving before, and I noticed that I am just like my mother and don't want anybody in the kitchen while I'm working because I have to focus, you know?
I mean, I feel like even when I came in here before we got started, I was kind of in your way. So I was like, let me just stand over here.
So now that the consistency is right, you can move over to the whisk. The whisk then helps you get all the edges and things like that.
Yeah, it looks super smooth.
So this kind of looks like a pumpkin-y puree, things like that. Now, because later we'll sprinkle some cinnamon and stuff on top, you don't want to put too much when we go and do that in here, because then now you're getting more of like a pumpkin, spicy pumpkin pie, where this is a custard.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just what my mom told me.
Got it.
Okay. Now I'm going to check my recipe to make sure I'm doing this right, because listen, it's a very serious family recipe.
Here.
All right. Now we need 1/3 cup of sugar.
Okay.
Okay. Now we start with the dry ingredients. Put a little more in. Why not?
Just a little bit.
Let's put a little more in.
Sweet, you know?
Let's make it a little sweeter. That's the other thing. My mom doesn't really measure, so all of these are guesstimates. Okay.
Yeah. No, my mom's like that too. It's like, how do they just know?
Then 1/3 cup of coconut shavings. Now you just want regular grocery store coconut, sweetened coconut shavings. It works perfectly. Yes, I'm struggling. Don't look at me.
No, you got it.
Nobody look at me. This is the other thing.
It's not like we're on TV.
No, just nobody look at me. Here's the other thing. Depending on how much coconut you like, is how much you put in there. You can always add a little more. You can add a little less. Listen, this is, you know, it's not going to self-destruct if you put a little extra in. Okay, now we're going to do a pinch. A pinch of salt.
That always gets me. Dash, pinch. Got to put in like that.
What is the measurement of a pinch? I don't know. My fingers are kind of sausagey. Maybe yours at home is quite smaller. Maybe your pinch is a little smaller. Who knows?
Oh
yeah, very sausagey. Okay, then we need to put some cinnamon in. Now, this is something here, everyone at home, 1/4 teaspoon is what the recipe calls for.
But
my mom likes to put a little bit less in. I'm going to put a little bit closer to that.
Okay.
After the test. Okay.
Got it.
Now, here's just not even a measurement, okay? A dash of nutmeg, okay?
A dash.
Just a dash. So, watch this.
All right. Magic.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, he's going back in. Okay.
Maybe a dash and a half. Okay, now mix it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna get all that coconut in there and your pumpkin-y puree.
I'm just loving how simple this all seems.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
You can do this at home. You can have the kids help you.
I was about to say, kids, you can try this at home.
If you actually want some help in the kitchen, that would work as well. So we're almost at the end here. Okay, and it's very simple, the rest of the steps. You want to make sure you have your oven preheated to 375.
Got it.
And it takes about an hour for this to actually bake.
Okay.
But you want to keep an eye on it because it is a custard, okay? It's going to be softer than what you think a pie is going to be. But there's a neat trick I'll tell you about how you know that it's done. Now that we're all mixed together, we got coconut, we got everything we need.
Now, do you make your crust too?
Okay, so my mom does.
Okay.
My mom puts together the crust. However, I got this at the store. And what you need is a deep dish one. I went to the grocery store yesterday.
Yeah.
There were only 2 left. So good thing I got them because we would have been in trouble. Okay, so you pour it in and be gentle because sometimes this makes a little more what I like to call goop than what you actually need. So you might have some extra. And what I did with my extra is I made it in a little custard without a crust.
I mean, that's almost perfect. You didn't have too much left behind.
Nope. And voila. Now, what you notice is it's not too dark because there's not too many spices and things like that in there.
I think it's a perfect color orange.
So what you're going to do, that's the nutmeg. That would have been a mistake if I went all cinnamon on it. This is why you didn't put too much in the mixture.
Right.
It's because on top, yes, I'm creating a mess.
You know, don't
worry,
I got you.
Tracy family, we're making messes.
I'm your sous
I got
chef.
pumpkin on my thumb. I got pumpkin everywhere. Okay, you want to spread the cinnamon around the pie.
Okay.
This is the cinnamon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Around the pie, okay, to get that nice coating, make it look like a pie.
Beautiful.
This is why, again, you don't put too much in the mixture because you're topping it with a good
Got it. Sorry, I just hit the desk with it. Chef Jordan.
That could have been chaotic. All right, nutmeg. Now the nutmeg.
Okay,
we're
so
back to the dash. You're not putting it all over the pie. You're just kind of like, well, a little there, a little there, a little over here.
Okay.
A Come on, a little over here. It's not all over the pie like the cinnamon is.
Got it.
And there you go. There you have it. You have your oven preheated to, thank you.
Got you.
My goodness, I'm covered in pumpkin.
It's the least I could do.
375. Be very
go
careful
in the
because
oven.
once again, this
You want me to get
is.
the oven door for you?
Yeah, why don't you help me out here
yeah.
because I am terrified of what I'm doing.
Okay.
375, middle rack, right in the middle of
rack.
the oven. I just poured some in the oven.
It's all
no
right,
big deal.
you know?
And the magic of television.
Oh, voila.
Wow, look how beautiful this pie turned out. The trick to know if it's done is you take a knife, you put it in the center, and if you put it in the center and it's clean when it comes out, that means your pie's done.
Wow.
Pumpkin coconut
amazing.
custard, great grandmother's recipe. There you go.
And you just shared it with the world.
Just shared it with the world.
From going from just 2 people knowing it to now all of Central PA.
Everybody knows it.
And now the fun part.
The
Are we
taste
trying
test.
it?
Do I have a plate in here? Probably.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
I cut a slice of the pie.
Now, does your mom ever add like whipped cream? You guys have
Whipped
this with
cream,
ice cream,
vanilla
or?
ice cream.
Okay,
Go
the whole
crazy,
works.
folks. Go absolutely nuts. It's Thanksgiving. Why not, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I got most of it together.
All right.
Bon appetit.
Let's do it, Jordan. You have to try some with me. I know you already
I know
have.
what it tastes like, kind of.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. How about that?
It's good.
Pretty good.
It's light, custardy, smooth. You're getting the coconut pieces. Bomb.
But not too much.
No.
Not too much. Well, that's
Jordan,
it.
thank you so much for coming on. And if you didn't get that pen and paper out to write down his recipe, you have it
We'll have
online,
it on
right?
WTAJ.com.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll be right back after a quick break.